Sunday, WJZ.
We welcome all of you to Kyle Field in College Station. This is Auburn's first play from offense. Nick Marshall tosses it back to Trey Mason. It is already 7-0. The Aggies got the opening kickoff. Took them 1 minute and 41 seconds. And the touchdown came from Johnny Manziel to Mike Evans, a combination that has been lethal for opponents this year, 26 yards out. And now Auburn has the ball with a second down. That's Mason again. And Gary, take us through the touchdown.
Wide receiver screen, a couple scrambles, a couple completions by A&M on the opening drive. The big wide receiver Evans comes inside, caught Auburn in a blitz. Nobody there to make a tackle.
Now 3rd down and 4. Nick Marshall, who sat out last week's game with a knee injury, is back at quarterback in his first year at Auburn. Like Zach Mettenberger, he began his career at Georgia. Here's Marshall. He's as much of a running threat as he is passing.
That's very close to a first down.
Yes, it was. SEC West standings. Alabama trailed by LSU, A&M, Auburn, each with 1 defeat. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Arkansas rounded out.
And how important is this? This is really the game plan for Auburn. They must control the ball. That was a first down on that scramble that time by Nick Marshall. Big play. They cannot give it back to Manziel that quick.
Marshall. Fine defensive play. It was intended for Ricardo Lewis, and Tremaine Jacobs was there. Now the starting lineups presented by Chick-fil-A. Nick Marshall, will get to the rest of them shortly. Both of these teams up-tempo offenses. And here's Marshall. C.J. Uzomah, his tight end, well, up-tempo at times. Jay Frost, the fullback, was in motion. Pass complete out of the left side, right side. Sammy Coates, number 18. And let's introduce you to the remainder of the Auburn offense. Robinson, Kozan, Dismuke, Slade. Avery Young is getting to start today. They left the normal starter, Patrick Miller, back in Auburn. Violation of team rules. You see the rest of them, Prosh, Mason, Uzomah, and down the list. 1st and 10. Corey Grant is the running back.
The wheel route open for a touchdown. And you know that's the way this was dialed. They were looking for big plays. It was a problem that A&M had against Missouri. Watch the wheel route come right out here wide open. No one covers the wheel. Watch this. Wide open for a touchdown. Forgets to cover him, and that's the type of play that A&M has been giving up. Those big plays dialed correctly by Gus Malzahn, not seen by the quarterback.
A little shovel pass over to the left side. This is Corey Grant. Foot race. Down by Devontae Harris, number 1.
Well, you can't find a big play on the passing game. You find a big play on the running game. Great block by Prosh, number 35 that time. Got him to the corner, and the running game, as Vern tried to tell you, both teams like to go up tempo. Different styles, one with the run, one with the pass.
There's a broken tackle for the Aggies. This is Trey Mason. And Auburn is countering with an opening offensive thrust of its own.
Well, that's the real question in this game. Can either defense stop the offense in this football game? Auburn, as you said, like to go up-tempo, but in this game might go a little slower.
This is Mason again. This time he is stopped middle of that defense. And Howard Matthews, number 31, came up from strong safety to make the tackle. And the Verizon Red Zone stats for Auburn: 23 trips, 15 touchdowns, just 2 percentage points above the national average. 2nd down 8.
Really playing man-to-man on the bottom, shifting the zone to the top side of the field.
Marshall pressured, ducks it, runs.
Man.
Touchdown Auburn. My gracious.
Johnny Manziel playing for both teams here today. Did that not look familiar? What a great drive, a great answer for Auburn. Nick Marshall takes his team right down the field. They did try to go to Coates on the play, was taken away, and Marshall does his impersonation of what a spread quarterback needs to do in that situation. Well, great answer for Auburn.
The Aggies have and they're going for two. How about this?
They may shift back and kick it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Auburn.
Cody Parkey, yeah, there we go. The extra point is good. That's 74 in succession for Cody Parkey, but Nick Marshall running and throwing.
He sure did, and he did it the way you have to, controlling the ball and making small first. When you watch his team play, they believe and they feel they're better. After the embarrassment last year, they just wanted anything to believe in.
Well, and among the embarrassing events was A&M's visit to Auburn.
Right.
They won that. They put 63 points on the board in that victory. And so let's check in now with Tracy Wolfson.
Well, guys, everyone knows how difficult it is to stop Johnny Manziel. Well, in preparation, though, this week, Gus Malzahn reached out to his good friend Hugh Freeze to ask him about it, especially since he faced him last week. Basically, his advice, good luck. And, guys, we saw the real way of stopping Johnny Manziel, score.
Yeah, that's it. But can... I mean, you got to go in the 40s, I would think.
I would think so. I think when you start this game, you have to realize, you know, they've gone 9 straight scoring 40. I'd put 41 on my list and say we got to score.
Fine defensive play by Carl Lawson. Outside linebacker, the will linebacker, number 55, and Manziel taken down for a loss.
One of the strategies that Auburn will use in this football game is go very deep in substitutions on defense. They feel, as a staff, that teams have tired against A&M in the fourth quarter. They want to be fresh in the fourth quarter with it a football game, it being a football game. 5
wide now, empty backfield after the loss of 3. 2nd down and 13. Manziel. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, the
dropped by Malcolm Kennedy. Is there a flag?
Flag into the middle, usually a holding play. Interesting call here. Do you take him back half the distance? It would be a 10-yard penalty.
That's it. Penn Wagers is our referee today.
Yeah, and you give Manziel 2 more shots at it. Or do you give him 1 shot at 3rd and 14?
Number 56, offense. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Well, let's introduce you to the Aggie starting offense. Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Johnny Manziel in his 2nd year, and 73%. You see yards per game, 306. 19 touchdowns, both passing and running, and 5 interceptions. Here's Manziel, delayed runs. Yeah. That one sails. It's caught. Evans.
My goodness.
He's got 6'5" leaping ability. He's 6'5" and he has leaping ability.
Either way you say it, forward or backward, it means exactly the same. Because when you get a problem, you go to your security blanket. And the security blanket for Manziel is a big one. 6'5" security blanket is really nice. Jonathan Mincy on the coverage, or at least the try for the coverage.
This is Trey Williams. Doesn't get much on that one. Let's go back to the last play.
You see Mincy's all over this play, and the big guy just goes up, and Mincy said, yeah, I watched those highlights of that Alabama game. Yeah, I believe it. That's exactly the way it happened against Alabama.
Well, we were here a month ago, and Mike Evans caught passes for 279 yards against the Crimson Tide. That's a school record. That one's dropped.
Oh, was that intercepted?
Oh,
No, intercepted. I think Ryan Smith got the interception.
How about that?
Yes.
That's 6 interceptions for Manziel this year.
Yeah, the ball was a little high, and it bounded off the receiver, Cameron Clear, I believe.
Nehemiah Hicks.
Oh, was it Hicks?
Yeah.
Hicks, 81, and then you could see it scooped up that time. So Hicks on the high throw, and then the recipient, Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith getting a start today. Texans making his first start ever. Case Keenum actually dressing for the first time ever.
How about that? And
you see his coach at the University of Houston, Kevin Sumlin, now the head coach here.
And the whole A&M staff, Jake Spavital connected with him at Houston also. Everybody excited for Case.
Reverse. Ricardo Lewis, number 5, has a lane down the near sideline. And another huge gain on the ground.
Now you had to wonder what would Gus Malzahn come up with to try to get this A&M defense that struggles so much against the run. I mean gaining 5 yards against A&M is almost like a bad play this year.
Now they're yielding 201 yards per game, the Aggies that is, on the ground. And of course Auburn, that's its strength.
Yes. Whoa. Threw him right off.
Sammy Coates. Devontae Harris was the first one there.
A little bit of a hitch route. That's nothing. 5 yards, okay, make the tackle. Just shakes him right off. Now that's a matchup you have to worry about now. With that established, if you're the defensive coordinator, Mark Snyder, you're going, I don't like that. I got to put somebody on his nose and a safety over the top.
This is Trey Mason. And let's introduce you to the Aggie defense. It's a very young group, that must be said. Stansbury Golden, he's a freshman. Julian Obioa, who is a sophomore out of New Orleans. Leader, even though he's only a sophomore, and you see the rest of the crowd. They will play the nickel. Mason. Marshall pressured to his right, chased by Tony Hurd. That's incomplete.
That's going to be interference. Yep, sure is.
Tremaine Jacobs is going to be called here.
Well, you can see it to the outside. Lewis shields the player and coming right around with his arms before he had a chance for the ball to get there. It's going to be called.
Defense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Vern, just to amplify as we look at this play one more time, the ease at which teams are having running the ball against Texas A&M. 65% of the rush attempts are gaining at least 5 yards this year.
Wow.
It's almost 7 out of 10. Between 6 and 7 out of 10. How about that?
Yeah.
That's tough to have good defense.
First and goal. Brandon Fultz, number 11, bottom of the screen. Marshall gobbles it. Picks it up. Manages to make something positive out of it. Tony Hurd, the nickelback, made the stop.
Of course, Nick Marshall did not play a week ago and sat out with that knee. Comes back, and that's the way you don't want to get hit.
Marshall, as we mentioned, began his career.
Quick snap here, Vern.
At the University of Georgia, he was defensive back there. They fake it, goes right, missed tackle again. This is Corey Grant. He stopped at the 9.
I think it was Gavin Stansbury, number 72, that really blew this play up to begin with. Staying with the play, and then pushes it wide and makes the tackle to the outside. Way to stay at home defense. You got to follow your rules and do your job first.
3rd and goal in a 7-7 game. Blitz. Marshall tucks it, runs it. It'll be 4th down. Julian Obioha makes the tackle, number 95.
Now you wonder if, I'm sure Gus will go for the field goal here, but you know, just one fumbled snap really took Auburn and put them from ahead of the down and distance to behind the down and distance.
This will be it.
That was that fumbled snap.
Right. Cody Parkey, Ryan White is the holder. And Auburn has come into Kyle Field for the first time ever and taken a first quarter lead over the Aggies. This is the fumbled snap by Marshall.
sunglasses, basically.
Well, it's about 30 degrees cooler than it was when we were here for the Alabama. Easy for me to say, the Alabama game, September 14th. And now let's introduce you to the Aggie offense. You know, of course, about Johnny Manziel, Matthews, and Matthews. They're brothers. Their dad, Bruce, brother Kevin, Ifedi, Owehi, Malcolm Kennedy, who has really come on strong. He caught a really important pass in their win at Alabama last year. We were told yesterday they kind of turned his career around.
It sure did.
Wearing number 84. Manziel intercepted on the last offensive possession for Texas A&M. Comes right. Evans again. And defensively for Auburn, Ford, Igwe, Wright, Owens, Robinson, Teresi, 3 interceptions, leads the team in that category.
Now look at that throw.
My goodness, watch it. Watch out. Mike Evans, touchdown A&M, 64 yards.
Inside from Jermaine Whitehead. He's got to stay out wide. He got hooked and maybe held a bit of it. And then once that happened, Evans is gone. But I think the quick throw, talked about Manziel's throw, off balance and sidearm, kind of surprised the Auburn defense and got it there so quickly the play worked.
Another look at this 64-yard pass and catch. Malcolm Kennedy had a good block on his
here's the guy that needs to stay out wide on the play. You got to force it. Watch the sidearm throw. Zoom. Sidearm throw. Gets to the outside, and once Evans gets to the outside, it's gone. Watch his quickness. See, that's everything you're not supposed to do, except it produces touchdowns.
64 yards. Manziel, Evans. Familiar names in this offense.
Work. Watch Johnny, great tools here, but he does everything wrong here. First of all, let's watch his throw. It's off the wrong foot, okay, number one. His elbow, as we go back again, that elbow is way too low. He's off balance, basically. Everything's going backwards. And really, if you kind of flip this in your mind, you know what it reminds me of, Vern? It'd be a left-hander throwing to first base and picking off the guy at first base. I mean, he said he's a great baseball player. I'm inclined to believe it.
Yeah, he told us yesterday that baseball was his first love, and he was better at baseball than football.
Well,
really, yeah, and golf.
We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
And golf.
Yeah, exactly.
Played a lot this summer, mixed in with other notorious activities, and said he shot between 74 and 79 all summer. Taylor Bertolette will kick off. Quan Gray. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That was 4-on-4. Tony Hurd. Whew. And here's the replay of the tackle. Boom.
You know, Vern, as we're talking this game, this is only the second road game for Gus's Auburn football team. And the way they started LSU in that rain, remember, after the first 2 possessions, turnovers, they were down 14-0, and they had the ball first. They had 8 first-half possessions in that football game. 4 punts, 2 fumbles, an interception, and they lost it on downs. So they're still feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Absolutely, yes. That's Trey Mason, number 21. And the tackle made by Stephen Jenkins, number 8. Well, we did mention that this is the first time Auburn has ever played at College Station. They faced A&M twice in Dallas, once way back, early part of the last century. And then they had the game in Auburn last year. So Aggies have won all 3. Marshall across the middle, deep, nice. Ricardo Lewis, number 5.
That was a nice pluck by Lewis, and you know, Nick Marshall was really comfortable finding time in the pocket and being patient. But right now Auburn is saying, you know what, this A&M defense is vulnerable. We feel good. We feel we can score just like they are.
Marshall keeps this one. It comes out. Aggies have got it. Stephen Jenkins, number 8.
Both teams have an early turnover. We just talked about it. Turnovers against LSU. I think it was Howard Matthews is the guy that caused the fumble that time. And then Jenkins is the recipient of it. But I mean, you're looking great. You're feeling great if you're Auburn. I think you can throw, you can run, do whatever you want, and all of a sudden a turnover.
Turnovers now even at 1-1. First down 10 Aggies. With 4:15 to go in the opening quarter, they have a lead of 4.
Ellis Johnson has been very aggressive with his defense.
Here's a little gadget play. And that's Laquiviante Gonzalez, number 6. On the end around, that is his first carry of the season. He's caught 6 passes. Tackle made by Craig Sanders, number 13.
How tempted must you be to just go to Mike Evans every play?
I would.
Yeah, I mean, I know you got to, for camaraderie's sakes, you got to throw to somebody else. But I mean, they just cannot stop that guy.
And Manziel goes deep. This one's overthrown, intended for Jaquay Williams. Well, Evans, 4 catches today. We saw him break those records against Alabama. This is the first touchdown catch. That was 26 yards. This was a 39-yard grab. And one more. This one went 64.
Yeah, 2 of them on really quick screens for touchdowns.
4-man rush. They stunt. Does Auburn. Manziel sidearms it again. And it's caught by Travis Labhart. Labhart, a heck of a story, and now they're going to go quickly again on the first down.
And that's what Manziel does better than anybody I've really ever seen. Being able to survey the field and throw anywhere on the field. That another sidearm, I mean, that's Joe Montana in his prime. The way he could stay with the pocket and find guys anywhere.
Looked like a design run. Manziel up the middle. Jake Holland, number 5, makes the tackle.
Back in the day when Montana was making his run, anytime he broke the pocket or the play broke down, everybody on the field knew that he could be the recipient of the football anywhere the width of the field. And Manziel has the same ability. Seems like Manziel got hit pretty hard on that one.
And he had a knee injury early in the game at Ole Miss.
He didn't pop up like normal.
Second down and 4. 2:50 to go, opening quarter. Delayed rush. Manziel comes right. That's Edward Pope, number 18.
Yeah, very interesting here. Wonder if something's wrong with Mike Evans, because we have not seen him much. Now he's on the field. This is the first time this series that he's been out there.
That's right. First down 10. Aggies, they lead it 14-10. This the first of a 4-game homestand for A&M. They do wind up the season on the road, their last 2, at LSU and at Missouri. Manziel. Amazing. Just amazing. Is it picked off? Yes, it is. Ryan White, number 19.
That's what I said. Uh-oh. You could see Ryan White had it scoped all the way. John Manziel scrambling, shifty. Nobody tackles him. And then he gets greedy. Tries to make a touchdown play out of a play where he should have been happy with the first down throw. And Ryan White says, scramble all you want. When you throw it 40 yards downfield, I got a chance for it. And White stayed home.
That is the second interception that Manziel has thrown, and there is a player down in the end zone. First 3 games, that has been the one noticeable problem for Manziel this year. He's 7 interceptions now.
And I think part of it is, Vern, that he feels like he feels that he has to produce points.
Right.
He has to take more chances. His defense is not getting any stops.
Handoff goes to Trey Mason, number 21. Gus Malzahn spent last year at Arkansas State. He had served the previous 3 years with Gene Chizik as the offensive coordinator. Had his collegiate career began after 14 years as a high school coach at Springdale, Arkansas, before Houston Nutt hired him as the offensive coordinator at Arkansas. Another players down. Here is Malzahn's profile. 27th head coach in school history. Alonzo Williams, defensive lineman, the injured player for the Aggies. Time called. Back after this. Alonzo Williams did walk off unaided, but he was limping noticeably. And Gary, here's what happened.
Yeah, right there in the middle. He gets a double team. You try to stand the double team up, protect your linebackers. But this time, it's like he got his leg trapped underneath him. Game is breaking about the way Auburn would hope, I think. Obviously, 2 turnovers, but they've ran the ball 15 out of 20 plays.
Trey Mason takes it on the initial handoff and goes right, number 21.
And that's the style that Auburn wants to run. They lead the SEC in rush attempts. They've rushed the ball 65% of the time, and they're doing the same type of game plan here against A&M.
3rd down 2. Ball at the 12.
Mark Snyder told us, defensive coordinator for Texas A&M, they run a spread, but it's an illusion of an up-tempo. They really want to play power football with the spread.
Play action on 3rd and 2.
Got him again.
Yes, they did. Jay Prosch, the tight end who caught his first touchdown pass in his career last week. Out of the backfield, that's a huge gain.
He's really half tight end, half H-back, half offensive guard with a 35 number on him. They had the wheel route once already. They get the wheel route again, and Jay Prosch, the poor guy, I mean, he's 4'8", transfer from the University of Illinois, and he says, I'll just take it as far as I can go.
Yeah, that's it. Fuel tank emptied there. Here's Marshall again.
Had him again.
Yes.
Well, a spread is not a spread. It's not a spread. And you say, okay, these are 2, as Vern told you, up-tempo teams in quotes. But you can see Auburn was 61 plays a game. Remember, Alabama, who's considered the slowest in college football, last year won the national championship, and they averaged 56 plays a game. So it's not way out of whack.
Not at all. 2nd and 10, 30 seconds to go, 1st quarter. Timeout, Auburn. Well, we're going to take you back to the earlier games played in the SEC. Interesting, in the most controversial rule this year, the targeting rule. And Gary, take us through this. We had 3 targeting penalties called in previous games.
Right. Early Ray Drew, really the most valuable defensive lineman for Georgia out of that game. And then South Carolina had a real tough one there. And the first play of the game, Cody Riggs, safety. Imagine this. I mean, this is not even down to the 14-minute mark. Gets thrown out of the game. So key players getting thrown out of the play. Marcus, Riggs, and Drew. And late in the Georgia game, there was another call where the ejection was actually overturned. That was a huge play of the game. Vern talked about it earlier, but it would have been on 4th and 4, Georgia's ball with a 13-point lead.
And in all 3 cases where the targeting rule was enforced, the teams lost. 14-10, 30 seconds. It's 2nd down and 10 at the 32. Marshall tucks it, keeps it, cuts inside. Nice move. Caught from behind, but a great run. Floyd Ravens Sr. made the tackle.
Mark Schneider, the defensive coordinator for Texas A&M, said, you know, they run the same offense as Ole Miss, the team we faced a week ago, so we're ready for it. In fact, we had a bye to get ready for it. But Ole Miss, we wanted to force the quarterback, Bo Wallace, to run. We don't want that guy, number 14, running at all.
We have reached the end of one. And the long trek for both teams to the south end of Kyle Field. That's the end of the first quarter. The score 14-10. We welcome you back to Kyle Field in College Station. A brilliant afternoon. We begin the second quarter with the Aggies leading Auburn 14-10. But the Tigers are threatening. They began this drive at their own 4, first down 10 now at the 13.
Jeremy Johnson went in there at quarterback for that play.
Interesting. Johnson, the true freshman, played all of the game against Western Carolina. That was the first action he had seen all year. All he did was throw for 4 touchdowns, but I think with an asterisk, since Western Carolina had lost 32 straight to Division I teams. Now Marshall is back in. 2nd and 6. Marshall keeps it. It'll be 3rd down.
It's really an interesting call on first down. Remember last time they were down there and kind of botched the snap on first down, took them out of their series. So they come back this time, Gus does, and switches quarterbacks. Seems like they're in the same situation again.
3rd down 4. The ball at the 7. 14-10 Aggies. That's Corey Grant, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that's going to be real
think it'll be close.
Yeah,
right.
it's short. I believe it is short.
Number 20.
Now, what do you do? Here Gus Malzahn here right now. You know, I mean, it's going to be a high-scoring game. You're down 4. It's very close. I really agree with this, I have to say. You got to play the long game on this one. You got to figure it's going to be in the 40s.
4th and 1. Trey Mason is the running back. Blitz. Mason. Oh, look at that.
What balance. It was timed out so well by the blitzing linebacker. Was it Jenkins that hit it full on right there? Inside, but Mason refuses to go down, keeps his legs going, and that is an effort first down if I've ever seen one. I thought he was going to be stopped clearly short of the play, ran right through the tackle, and makes the first down.
First down goal, Auburn with a chance to reclaim the lead. They hand it off to Mason. Did he cross the plane? Marshall thinks so, but it's short. Gavin Stansbury with the tackle. Second and goal. This is the 11th play of the drive.
And 8 of them have been runs, too. This has been all, this is the one long pass to Proch. That was the key play. That was whistled dead.
Mason scoots in, but that whistle came before the snap.
False start. 62. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Chad Slade, the right guard, is the man who moved.
See if he can pick it out. He'll be right over here. Yes, he did.
Ball now at the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Marshall rolling right. Nobody open. Hauled down back at the 13 by Julian Obioha.
And Obioha does a great job of stringing this play out to the outside. He lines up right there. No one open. Great coverage in the secondary. No one to go through. Marshall tries to buy more time, and smartly at least doesn't make a big mistake.
Third and goal. Delayed rush. Marshall in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Quan Bray, number 4.
I'll tell you, this is a big, big time throw by Nick Marshall here. He is going to his left, and he makes about a 30-yard throw on a rope. Watch this throw. On a rope. Full speed. Look at that ball flung into the end zone. Big time play.
Cody Parkey on for the extra point as the Tigers of Auburn reclaim the lead. Big play in this drive. The extra point is up and through. 56-yard pass to the fullback. 96 yards, 12 plays.
And yes, see Mark Snyder with a headache already. Started, I mean, this was the 4th down key play. Obviously a long drive, but Trey Mason saved the day. And then after the sack, a gun to the end zone to the outside. Jermaine Mason didn't, what a play by Mason to keep it alive, and Nick Marshall pours it in.
Heisman Trophy since the turn of the century. Auburn ready to kick off. Cody Parkey will kick it deep. Williams and Molina are deep, but doesn't matter. Neither of these guys will be able to return it. That's going to be a touchback. Well, we expected offense, Gary, and I think you know, if you like the run game, this has been interesting.
You know, I think the interesting thing here, Vern, is a spread is not a spread is not a spread. There's different versions of it. What Oregon runs, or Ohio State runs, or Texas A&M runs, or Auburn runs, all have their own style. I mean, both teams are happy. Manziel's throwing for all his yards. Auburn's running for all their yards. Different ways to spread the field and move the ball.
Manziel has thrown 2 interceptions. There's one pass to Molina out of the backfield. Now let's go back to the studio. Adam Zucker for a Ford update.
All right, thanks, Vern. Another top 10 team in trouble at home. The number 4 Ohio State Buckeyes. Watching Iowa's Jake Rudock. Go to Cavante Martin Manley at 17-10 Hawkeyes. Nation's longest winning streak on the line.
All right, Adam, thank you. 2nd down and 4 here. Molina is not going to get the first down. Tackle made by Ben Bradley, number 50.
One of the things I've noticed in watching these spread offenses is how much better the defenses have gotten at substituting. I'm getting right. I mean, the Auburn players are on that field substituting almost before the whistle is blown.
3rd and 4. Manziel takes off. Dropped. Evans coming back to meet the pass from Johnny Manziel. Chris Davis was defending that one, number 11.
Yeah, let's give credit to this Auburn defensive line, though. They had 6 sacks in their game against Ole Miss a couple of weeks ago. They are pressuring Manziel. This is at least, what, the 4th time in this game he's had to come out of the initial pass, scramble around, and try to make a play. The front pass rush for Auburn is making a play in this game.
Here's the first punt of the game. It's Drew Kaiser. Now that goes over the head and hops into the end zone, touchback. Kaiser only his 17th punt of the season, which gives you some idea of the potency of this Aggie offense. That's 69 yards. 1st down and 10. Johnny Manziel, 2 interceptions. Kevin Sumlin, that's okay. Gus Malzahn likes what's going on. And Nick Marshall does as well. And per game, and they're on their way today.
Well, and they do it with different players. 4 different players have led Auburn in rushing this year. The running backs and, of course, their quarterback. I mean, Nick Marshall, whether it's Trey Mason, whether it's Gray, they give you different types of players, different types of plays to defend the whole game.
Cameron Artis Payne is on the field now. That's an incomplete pass. Quickly so signaled. Might have been a lateral, some thought.
I was going forward. Everybody's got to go for it, though. You never know where it's going to be called.
Sure. The intended receiver, Ricardo Lewis. 2nd down and 10, 9:30 to go, 9:32 in the 2nd quarter. Marshall fires it behind his receiver. It's incomplete. Intended for Tony Stevens, number 8. 3rd down and 10. Auburn leads by 3. They have yet to punt.
And it's, not only just running, we did look at the running game, but, the completions have been big completions in this game for Auburn.
Marshall is 5 of 10 for 114. 4-man Aggie rush. Marshall takes off. Hit and dropped at the 27-yard line by Darian Claiborne, a true freshman middle linebacker.
Well, give that secondary some credit, because this time Marshall looked downfield, nothing was there, tried to get another 1st down, and Claiborne makes the tackle. It's like, in this game, it's like breaking serve in tennis. I mean, that's a big victory to get them to go out there and punt.
Stephen Clark is on to punt. He's only punted 24 times this year. More significantly, only 2 have been returned. 2 of 24. Devontae Harris is deep. That will be returned, but not for a lot. Good ball security. And a little jawboning going back and forth. 40-yard punt, 43 make it, and 2 on the return. 8:37 to go. 1st down and 10. Aggies have the ball back. Home of the 12th man. No one respects Field. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions today. He's got really amazing vision, doesn't he?
He really does. And most quarterbacks, obviously, when you're in the pocket, you can survey the whole field from sideline to sideline. But what Johnny Manziel does, and when he gets dangerous, is when he scrambles, most guys only have about a quarter of the field to throw to, the side they scramble. Manziel turns and looks all the way back and attacks the whole field on the scramble. That's what makes him dangerous for the defense, and that's what makes him dangerous for throwing and making mistakes for the offense, too.
Mike Matthews is the center. His brother Jake out at left tackle of the football-playing Matthews family. Oh, dear. Malcolm Kennedy was popped.
See, that's where the players are getting confused, though. See, those plays sometimes are called defenseless receiver, and sometimes they're not. See, on this situation, player catches the ball, catches it. I mean, I've seen about 3 of those that have been called today, and that one wasn't.
Kennedy does get the little bubble screen out on the left side. Take another look at the hit. Robinson Teresi.
Right, turns, takes a step, and it was a clean play. I mean, there's no doubt that Teresi has a clean play there, but that's how fine a line it is for the defensive backs, and why they're going to go low.
Trey Williams. Not a big guy. Strong and sturdy. 5'8", 195. And that's a gain of 16.
Well, some people are saying that Trey Williams is Barry Sanders-ish. I mean, he really has some get up and moves. Look at the type he can do for Williams.
You mean like that? Wow.
Ever since the second half of that Arkansas game, when they ran the ball 29 times, threw it just 8, the running backs for A&M have become a weapon for this offense.
And they use 4 of them. They've got Trey Carson in the lineup now, number 21. Manziel gives it to him. Carson to the 21-yard line. Tackle made by Chris Davis, number 11 for Auburn.
Well, one of the things that the Auburn pass rush, I think, has forced the hand for A&M to say, okay, you're coming at our quarterback. Let's try something different.
First down and 10. This is Travis Labhart. Mentioned that he had quite a story. He's on full scholarship. He tried to walk on here to the A&M basketball team. He was not accepted, so he spent his freshman year on the scout team, all-male scout team that practiced every day against the women's team at A&M that eventually won a national championship. Not a common way to get onto the field. Carson again, number 21.
Big third down here.
3rd and 4.
And if you're Ellis Johnson, the defensive coordinator for Auburn, what are they going to do? I mean, they could do anything here. Quarterback run, hand off to the tailback, or a quick pass to the slot.
Hand off. Look at that. Whoa!
He's special. He is special. Highly recruited, injured a lot last year, and now he's finding his game.
Flag on the play. Trey Williams with the run.
Illegal formation. 5 men in the backfield. Number 70, offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, Cedric Ogbuehi right here is going to be the guy they say lined up too far in the backfield. Clearly, that kind of wing formation, a lot of these guys have been getting away with that in college football. And that time it was called, and I think justly so.
3rd down and 9 after the penalty. Molina is the running back now.
His helmet must be in the waistband of the center, a straight line. He must come across on the belt of the center.
Manziel. Good protection, but nobody open. He'll tuck it, he'll run it. He's out of bounds at the 19. And it's going to be 4th down.
So 3 big mistakes for A&M. 2 turnovers on interceptions, and then a key penalty where, you know, I was almost thinking they're going to score another touchdown. Now they're going to have to go for the field goal.
And here's Josh Lambo, quite a story in his own right. He was the hero of last week's win on the road at Ole Miss. Knocked home a 33-yarder at the buzzer, at the gun, to win the game, 41-38. Lambo.
37-yard field goal.
Beautiful. Took over from Taylor Bertolette when Bertolette missed 2 extra points at game against SMU. Lambo ties it up. $450 million renovation.
And they're gonna slide the field in this direction and then lower it and then spend a bunch of money.
Yes. And the construction, major part of the construction, they've already done some early work, but the major part of the construction will begin as soon as the last home game is played here, and the new stadium expected to be ready for the start of the 2015 season. Kyle Field, constructed in the 20s, expanded as most are over the years. And the listed capacity now at 82,000. Touchback, Quan Bray. And it's time to answer the Aflac trivia question. We'll get the duck back out here. The only non-quarterbacks to win the Heisman Trophy since 2000. Reggie Bush, 2005. Southern California, Alabama, 2009. Of course, Bush's trophy taken away from him. And Southern Cal still dealing with the penalties that were the result of infraction. 1st and 10. 17 all. 5:38 to go. Nick Marshall. Trey Mason, number 21, out across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Mason is just exactly what this offense needs from this spread inside running game. Now, you will not see Auburn go fast here. They would love to take 5 minutes off the clock. They don't want to give the ball back to Manziel. And remember, A&M went first to this game, so Auburn could finish this half and start the next half.
Marshall comes right with the ball carry.
Big 3rd down now for the A&M defense.
Isaiah Golden, one of the two true freshmen starting for the Aggies, made that tackle, number 99. 3rd down and 3 with 4:42 to go.
Big part of this football game right here.
Quan Bray, top of the screen. Brandon Fultz, number 11, is in the slot. Sweep. Right side. Knocked it. Ricardo Lewis. 4th down.
Tried to do the speed sweep to get around the A&M defense, and it was turned inside and stopped by Jenkins once it was turned back. Great defense that time. Give a little attaboy to Howard Matthews that time, number 31. He's the one that turned the play back.
So Stephen Clark, whose last punt was returned, though for only a modest return, will punt away to Devontae Harris, number 1. Why?
You're only allowed to spin twice. The 3rd one he got hit.
Now let's go back to the studio for a Ford update. Here's Adam Zucker.
All right, Vern, thank you. A lower scoring game from the Pac-12. Stanford coming off its first loss, only up 3-0 and driving on UCLA. Kevin Hogan, well, the ball's going to bounce off his man, and Ishmael Adams gets the interception for the Bruins, who are trying to stay undefeated. A little momentum now in the locker rooms, down 3-0. Vern and Gary, see you at halftime.
All right, Adam, thank you. 1st down and 10, 17 all. 3:36 to go.
It's a great 3-and-out for the A&M defense. Get Johnny Manziel on the field now with a chance to put points on the board.
Dan Marino, the senior running back, number 1.
You know, what's so impressive about A&M's pass rush is you're talking about a big-time pass-protecting offensive line. They lose Luke Jokel last year, but they feel this offensive line is equal to last year's offensive line. Imagine that. Lose a top offensive tackle, and they say no big deal.
Yeah, they're going to lose Jake Matthews, probably a number 1 pick. And they said, yeah, we'll plug it in. That'll be fine. There we go. Travis Labhart.
Yeah, Labhart has emerged. He's kind of the Ryan Swope this year. He and Malcolm Kennedy now are the 2 slots, and you can tell that Johnny Manziel feels great throwing to either one of them in the middle of the field.
Labhart, as we mentioned, with 8 catches at Ole Miss. Marina to the 45 of Auburn. Robinson, Teresi, number 27, made the tackle. 2nd down, 3. 2:30 to go before the break. Molina again. Chris Frost, the middle linebacker, with the stop.
Right, no hurry at all. And out goes Mike Evans again. Let's watch that. Tracy called up and said, you might want to watch Mike Evans. He might have got nicked on one of those earlier series on one of those passes he caught.
2:09 to go. So Evans on the bench. Molina alongside Manziel. Here's the read option. Manziel gets a couple.
Yeah, they'll probably take a timeout here. They do.
Craig Sanders after the 1-yard gain. Timeout. A&M, both teams have 2 timeouts left.
I don't know if Evans is nicked or gassed. He has caught a lot of yards.
1:55 to go.
reports are that he was dealing with some sort of cold, so I think it's a little bit of both right now, guys.
All right, Trace, thank you. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, he has 140 yards receiving, and then all the routes he's running when he doesn't get the ball.
He's at the top of the screen. Malcolm Kennedy in the slot. Manziel comes left, and that's incomplete. Intended for Labhart. Well, what have Nick Marshall and Johnny Manziel accomplished here in the first half? Look at Manziel.
I know. You just get the feeling that Manziel's having a rough first half. You're saying Auburn's done a nice job. You know, stopped them 3 times, held them to a field goal. They got 300 yards total offense, and he's doing pretty well.
3rd down 9 here. The ball at the 39.
There goes that rush.
Ladarius Owens, number 10.
Ran right over a pretty good football player, too. He's matched up right here with Jake Matthews. Watch that. That's how you make a name for yourself. You go up against a future #1 draft pick offensive tackle, and you take him right into the quarterback.
That is a loss of 13 and brings on the punter, Drew Kaiser. Deep man is Chris Davis, number 11. Little cooch punt. And that's going to be down inside the 5. How about the 1-yard line? 51 yards. Start your Monday night with a great hour of comedy. How I Met Your Mother is now followed by 2 Broke Girls. It's all new Monday beginning at 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
Looking at the clock here with this time left. What is it, a minute 13? Is that where we are right now? Minute 04, okay? Right. A&M with 2 timeouts can force a punt. It'll be, 10 seconds left maybe in the half, but they can force a punt. Wow, shotgun.
I know it. Marshall deep left, incomplete.
Yeah, good throw there. He would have had him.
Sammy Coates, number 18, was the intended receiver.
This is very interesting because now you see the top one-on-one coverage. 9 men in the box basically right here. Coates had him deep. Good throw would have had him.
Sure. Yeah, DeShazer Everett was defending, but he had lost a yard.
But this changes everything for Auburn and A&M. Now they'll get the ball back with plenty of time to score now again if they use their 2 timeouts.
Again, out of the gun. Handoff up the middle. That's Cameron Artis Payne. A flag is down.
Kevin Sumlin was right next to the official calling timeout, but that was before he saw the flag, and he's going, ho, ho, ho. He'll decline that.
Yep. 52 seconds to go.
See, now Johnny Manziel is going, oh, my gosh.
Illegal shift on the offense. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
See, that was the risk reward on that 1st down pass. Now, that could have been a huge play. He throw that ball nice, and Gus Malzahn is a genius. But now that they're going to have to, if they lead with wins over both Georgia and Florida, they host South Carolina next week. They've got a chance. I mean, they went, what, 5-7 last year?
Yes.
I don't want to say they're making reservations in Atlanta, but they're checking the flights.
3rd down 7.
Gus Malzahn took a timeout. Did not like the look. He knows how big this play is. Auburn needs a 1st down badly.
Malzahn and the Tigers have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, I think it's a little immaterial to him. I think right now if he get a 1st down, he wouldn't even mind taking a knee after he gets a 1st down. Now he won't, I get it, but he knows this 3rd down call. If he doesn't pick up a 1st down, A&M and Manziel's going to get the ball roughly 50-yard line.
Well, he went for all of it on the first down play from the 1.
And big risk reward there, right?
Yes, absolutely. So now a huge third down play. Lots of folks from Auburn here. Typically on the road, they don't get the best seats.
Now, real interesting play call here, too, because if you throw it, it's incomplete. You let A&M play with 50 seconds or 40 seconds with a timeout.
3rd and 7. Ball at the 4. See what Aggies do defensively. They bring 4. Marshall drills it deep left side. Oh my gosh. Sammy Coates had a step.
Wow, you cannot throw the ball any better than that. Howard Matthews is going, thank the Lord, because that is right in the breadbasket.
That's 2 times on this series. On the first down play, bad pass by Marshall. This time, poor catching techniques by Coates.
Yeah. Big drop. Bad pass and a big drop. 1st and 3rd down.
Stephen Clark. Devontae Harris is deep. Fair catch at the 42.
Get the ball, the timeout. Now you got to understand it. I'm not, it's just the decisions you make. On first down, you say, listen, they're 9 men in the box. If we throw a good ball, you got a knuckler there. He did not let the ball go cleanly, and it didn't fly on him. This one was perfect. One time on the quarterback, one time on the receiver, but it produced. Manziel back out on the field with a timeout.
At a first down 10, 36 seconds on the clock.
And he's got to relish this opportunity if you're Johnny Manziel. What does Ellis Johnson do? Does he rush him, blitz him, or just rush 4?
4 receivers out. Manziel pulls up, fires it, wide open. It's Evans. Goes down, he gets a block, dives, touchdown. Travis Labhart with the block. That's the 3rd touchdown catch by Evans.
Really close here. Let's see if he touches the line first. I think he stretched it across. Stretches the ball out. I think the ball is over before he crossed.
I do too.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
And you can see, thinking back, just think about the decisions you have to make as a head coach. You're deciding, 2 timeouts. Gus knew exactly the situation, and he said, I'm going to go for it, and it could cost his team 7 points.
Al Ford is the replay official today. We saw him before the game and wished him a quiet afternoon.
Yes.
Given what was going on in the earlier games in the SEC today. So the ruling was touchdown. There's...
Yeah, and
looks like he's in bounds.
Mike Evans might be inviting us to the rest of his games in his career, because he's got what, almost 200 in the first half now.
Yes.
182 yards and 3 touchdowns. He just put the replay on the jumbotron here in the stadium, and everybody's signaling touchdown. Of course, there's a lot of A&M fans. I think it is too, though.
Right in front of us, as a matter of fact.
They're all turning to you, Vern.
Yeah,
they want to give them the signal. Vern says touchdown.
I don't know. Yeah, we're interacting with the Aggies fans. Oh, goodness.
We like to keep them nice. We're really nice to these people because they're right next to us.
Absolutely. Well, this is Ford's taking a long, long look at it.
His heels kind of click the grass right here at the end. But I think he goes in the air before he touches the line.
I do not see enough to overturn the call.
No, either do I. I think it's going to be a touchdown. I see nothing, no mark on the grass there at all, and I think it's a touchdown. One play. Didn't need any timeouts, didn't need anything.
Right. Well, this is an extensive...
The ruling on the field stands.
Well, they took a while, but they got it right. Mike Evans, 6'5".
He was a safety valve. Mansell scrambles, dumped it off. It's his security blanket. Remember, that's what he said. When he scrambles, he looks for number 13. Good guy to look for him.
Josh Lambo on for the extra point.
Well, the Auburn pass rush flushed Mansell again. Only a 4-man rush. Send out 5 receivers. Everybody covered pretty good. And then once Mansell breaks the pocket, it's over for the A&M secondary.
And a really, really fine block by Labhart downfield. There it is, ruled a touchdown. Gary, we've got 5 or 6 rows right in front of us, and they turned around, we're interacting. It reminded me of when I was doing Cowboys radio broadcasts in the 70s. I was working with a guy named Bill Mercer. We were at the old Soldier Field, and our broadcast booth was looking directly into the sun, and it was just like this.
With the fans.
And all of a sudden, the guy stood up and looked at Bill, and he said, "I'm just sick and tired of listening to you," and he threw a beer in his face.
That's how close they are. They really are that close.
And so, 24-17.
Now, that said, I mean, Auburn is in this football game.
Sure they are.
Okay, you know, I mean, I think they're going to go in at halftime and go, all right, we rolled the dice, we lost that one. 7-point game, let's play football here.
And the kick. Short. Taken by the fullback, Prosh. See why millions of fans have followed Person of Interest to its new night and time. Don't miss a new episode Tuesday at 10, 9 Central. Only CBS.
Just go over this again. Just, you know, how close these football games are. You know, Sammy Coates has an opportunity to catch that ball, and it's Auburn that's at midfield with 40 seconds to go. He drops it, and it's A&M at the field. One more time, that last 3rd down pass. If he catches that ball, it's the Auburn Tigers at midfield. It ends up being the opposite way.
Let's see what they've got in mind from the 30 with 20 seconds to go. 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Just do get the ball snapped.
No, they did.
Oh, they did not. Yeah, that play clock winding down.
Delay of game, 14. Offense, 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Now, we chatted with Gus Malzahn during their walkthrough yesterday, and he said, we like our plan, and we'll see if we can be in the game at halftime, and we'll make the proper adjustments. And look, that last sequence was, as Gary just pointed out, not terrific for the Auburn Tigers, but they will get the ball to open the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, see, I don't really get this. I know that coaches don't like to, you know, show a give-up play, but I don't see what Auburn gets by running the ball here. You know, I mean, a fumble is a disaster. Just take a knee, going at halftime, it's a 7-point game.
Right.
You know, Gus Malzahn was very confident, but not as confident as Kevin Sutherland is. And it doesn't matter who he's playing. He comes across and owns the room when you walk in with Kevin.
Yes, he does. Up the middle, Marshall. Let's see if they stop the clock with their final timeout. 10 seconds to go. Apparently now that's going to be it for halftime. Kevin Sumlin in his 2nd year as the head coach at Texas A&M. Nick Marshall and the Tigers trail by 7.
Very enjoyable football game.
Sure is, yeah.
A lot of fun.
And let's go down to Tracy, who is with Gus Malzahn.
Thanks, Vern. Coach, a series of plays down there that allowed A&M to get the ball back and score. Would you like to have those back right now?
Well, there's no doubt. I'd like to catch that ball right there. But, hey, that's part of it. Hey, our kids are playing hard. They're playing with a lot of guts. We need to come out here and score some points in the 2nd half.
I know you're happy where you are going into this half, but what do you need to do for the next 30 minutes to pull off the win?
Well, hopefully our defense is starting to get in a rhythm right there, knowing what they're doing. Offensively, we're going to have to throw the football some, mix in the run. We get the ball coming out of the halftime, so we need to put some points on the board.
Thanks a lot. Garden.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Tracy moments ago with Kevin Sumlin.
Coach, Auburn right in this game. You've given up 282 yards overall, 168 on the ground. How do you adjust there defensively?
Well, we're trying to adjust. You know, they lead the league in rushing for a reason, so they do a good job. You know, we got to hang on to the ball. We turned it over a couple times, and we got to create some turnovers this half and take control of this football game.
Still, though, what can you say about Mike Evans and what he's done in this first half with 3 touchdowns there?
Just great effort. You know, the guy plays like that every week. You know, like I said, we're not surprised with him. We just got to give him some more water and get him ready to go this half.
Yeah, a little banged up. Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
It's like the Pony Express. Give him water.
Yeah, exactly. 3:10 to Yuma. Well, you heard Gus Malzahn tell Tracy as the halftime began, we do get the ball in the second half. So it'll be, go ahead.
Yeah, and look at it this way. The first time Auburn got the football, they were down 7. Well, the first time in the second half, they're going to be down 7 with the football. Game's half as long now.
Taylor Bertolette will kick off for the Aggies. Corey Grant is back to return this kick. Comes right. There's a little block. He's got some room down the right sideline.
Coming back.
Yeah, it sure will.
Yeah.
2 flags down.
That's just one of those dangerous things when you're going away from the goal line, when you're blocking backwards, you know, away from where the runner's trying to score. You better be right with that block. The official will call that every time.
Here's Ben Wagers.
Illegal block in the back during the return. Number 1, receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Again, the blocker is going away from where the runner's going, right in the back, and that's a pretty easy call.
Well, we began the third 24-17. Anything surprise you in the first half?
I think the turnovers, yes. You know, usually A&M takes good care of that football, but I think the pass rush by Auburn really mixed up this football game. So I think it's still a football game, you know, and I agree. Gus Malzahn went for it a little bit, maybe too aggressive in my mind, but in his mind, he had an idea and he went with it.
There's the first down pass to Quan Bray. Quickly out to the left side.
Just remember this, Auburn as A&M, you know, as Tracy was talking to Kevin, I mean, A&M is going to be faced with Auburn, who's outscored every opponent this year in the second half, including 21 points against LSU.
At LSU.
Yes.
There's the run up the middle by Trey Mason. And let's take a look at halftime trends here at College Station. Johnny Manziel, not effective with the run game, but certainly with the pass. Nick Marshall, 54 rushing yards to lead Auburn. Mike Evans, 5 for 182. And Auburn with 168 yards on the ground. Mason. Darian Claiborne, number 48. Another of the true freshmen starting for this team.
You know, and with Kirby Innes out, another thing that you just want to mention, their run stop inside. Now, he might not have been important against an Ole Miss spread-out spread where they're trying to run wide and throw, but against a running attack, Innes would have been a big part of this game plan, their big nose tackle.
2nd and 4. Marshall keeps it, cuts across the 30, and breaks Claiborne's tackle, and then is out of bounds with a first down. Stephen Jenkins gets there. Well, Kirby Ennis injured out for the year. All 4 starts this season before he went down. A senior defensive lineman. Torn ACL. First down 10, Auburn at their own 35. Quick flip into the flat. Sammy Coates, number 18.
Another successful play, though.
Yeah. Gavin Stansbury makes the tackle.
Another 5 yards. Keep the ball away from that A&M side. And Manziel, obviously. Mike Evans. Why don't we just say keep it away from Mike Evans? That might be more accurate.
Today, certainly.
Yep.
2nd and 5 at the 40. That's Quan Bray, number 4. And he is going to be close for the first down. He's got it.
It's a really tough offense to stop. I mean, you know, it's the same one that Cam Newton won the Heisman with.
Exactly.
And Nick Marshall did not attend spring football like Cam did when he came as a junior college transfer. So he's coming on and improving late. And yesterday, Gus told us, you're going to like the way this guy throws. He's getting better and better every week.
Marshall, as we said, began his career as a defensive back.
We got 9 guys in here ready to stop the run. Will they go wide again and try to get that wheel route that was successful before?
That's a nice tackle. Well, we mentioned Nick Marshall, defensive back. He was dismissed from the team for a violation of team rules and went to community college. In this case, this is Nick as a defensive back at Georgia in 2011. He went to Garden City Community College. And Gus Malzahn telling us yesterday he was recruiting Marshall to come to Arkansas State. So when Gus got the head coaching job at Auburn.
And Jeremy Johnson in there.
Yes, the true freshman. Almost picked off. Whoa. Floyd Raven, number 5.
Second time we've seen Johnson come in for Nick Marshall, and Marshall back out in the field.
Malzahn did tell us we won't put him in for one play. We're going to run a series.
He was wrong. Well, both times they were key plays that didn't pick up, you know, yardage, and now it's up to Nick Marshall to get this first down.
3rd and 8, 24-17. Early moments, second half. Going deep down the middle, man coverage, and good defense by Tremaine Jacobs, number 7.
It really was. Play action pass. They faked the sweep behind, trying to go for it all. You know, I like this call on 1st and 2nd down. I do not like this call on 3rd down. A&M was playing pass all the way, and they were not fooled.
So that brings on the punter, Stephen Clark. And Devontae Harris, number 1, is back just inside the 10-yard line. Fair catch, called for and taken at the 13-yard line. 37-yard punt, no return. Early moments, 3rd quarter. Aggies by 7.
Great game.
But we've got a few years left, I hope.
So we're going to celebrate one of these days.
24-17. 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 17. That's behind Travis Labhart. Now let's go back to the studio for a Liberty Mutual Insurance update.
All right, Vern, the Buckeyes trying to extend the nation's longest winning streak to 19 games, and right after they got their first lead of the game, Jake Rudock to Jake Doozy, and it's a doozy for Iowa. 85 yards, their longest play from scrimmage this year. We're tied up. Back to you.
How about that? Thank you, Adam. Longest win streak in NCAA football, 3rd down and 7. Manziel decides to throw it. It's incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Again, the pressure from the front 4. Ellis Johnson is not forced to blitz because of the, I think it was Gabe Wright, number 90. Watch this move. I think it was him. Takes on, and yes, spin move. Beautiful. Flushes Manziel out and forces the punt. Great job. I've always thought the best way to stop these spread teams is pressure from the defensive tackle.
Drew Kaiser on to punt. And Chris Davis back to return it. Takes a lateral bounce and down.
48-yard play.
Jake Spavital, who is the new quarterback coach and co-offensive coordinator, chatting with Johnny Manziel. He previously had coached Case Keenum at Houston. Auburn with the ball. You mentioned, Gary, that you didn't like that play-action pass on 3rd and long, but you liked it better, much better on 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, let me show you the bind that a safety is in on a play-action pass. Here, this is Auburn running a play-action pass against Ole Miss. Watch this cushion. We're going to show you an 11-yard cushion by the safety, but watch how little time he has to decide whether to turn and run or not. I'm safe. I got 11 yards. Ball is snapped. In 1.3 seconds, he has to turn and cover the receiver. Little sports science right there. You think you got a cushion, all of a sudden that guy's coming on you full speed. That's the difficult job these safeties have in modern day football.
Nick Marshall and the Auburn Tigers still trail by 7. First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Trey Mason. That's about a 3-yard gain.
Vern, since Auburn scored their last touchdown, they had 5 possessions. This A&M defense has played up to that. Okay, they've had 3 3-and-outs. They had the end of the half when nothing happened, and then the first possession they got to stop. So Mark Snyder and the A&M defense has answered the bell here.
And as we have mentioned, it is a defense for the Aggies that has been susceptible to being gouged. 2nd and 8. Going left is Corey Grant. Got a first down. Whoa. That was, he delivered a blow, as they would say.
And Corey Grant, the transfer from Alabama, but no surprise here if you're Texas A&M. Listen to this stat about A&M running the football. When Corey Grant carries the ball, 97% of his yards have been outside the hash. There it is again, outside the hash.
And Malzahn saying yesterday, he's really our home run hitter. Marshall still has it. Stansbury chases him and does bring him down.
You know, after watching Nick Marshall play and Zach Mettenberger play, 2 guys that left Georgia, the next quarterback they kick out of Georgia, I'm recruiting.
Good philosophy. And they both went to community college in Kansas.
I got to go for it.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, what a nice move by Mason.
Yeah, he's a little bit in between. He's not an outside runner, not an inside runner, but he's got great balance, great vision, and just not follow number 35. I'll tell you, Jay Prosch does a great job. He lines up, you know, about 1.5 feet behind the offensive tackle when they run the ball, and he becomes another blocking offensive lineman.
That's a first down run by Mason. He's now got 17 carries for 70 yards. 8:45.
When are they going to go to that wheel route again that was successful to him in the first half?
Big play. Tony Hurd Jr., the nickelback.
Yes. Coming off the edge to the outside right here. They go nickel. Kind of a delayed blitz. Reads it. Sees it. His man blocks the linebacker, and he goes for the quarterback.
Second sack by the Aggie defense. I think most of you know the Aggies stand throughout the game. Inside move. Sammy Coates. He's open. He's gone. It's a touchdown, Auburn.
Want to see a wide receiver jailbreak screen with a little bit of deception this time. Was it Alex Kozin that got the big block, number 63? But very well-designed play.
Cody Parkey for the extra point. We're tied.
Just watch how well this play was designed, and what do you do on defense? Half the line comes out this way, half the line goes the other way. They fake it to the wide side. A&M says, oh, they're coming to the wide side. Go the other way. Kozan gets a block, and Coach does not drop that one.
Sammy Coates from 43. Quick strike Auburn. We're tied 24 all. told me. I knew it would happen. He's been reinstated to play tonight versus Arkansas. 24 all.
That's all right. I'm still Damian Swaining over here with instead of Damian Swan for Georgia.
Trey Williams is one of the deep backs. Ben Molina is also back there. Parkey kicks off. Trey Williams. And Manziel will come on back. We did mention at the top of the telecast, we sat down with Johnny yesterday for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And Gary, you asked him, because of the tumultuous summer he had off season or off field, if he had a mulligan, would he do anything over? And he said, no, I believe everything is happens for a purpose. And then he paused. And he said, if I did change one thing, it would be I'd learn not to use social media.
That'd be a good start.
That's absolutely. Trey Williams, number 3.
It's a little quiz for you guys up here. The booth's pretty sharp. And you, Vern. Johnny Manziel is teetering right at that 6-foot mark. You know, whether it'll be measured 6 foot for the draft or not.
Right.
My old buddy Drew Brees got the 6 foot. Okay. Can you name the only 2 quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round under 6 foot?
How far back are we going? Way back?
I wrote that down.
You're not good.
I don't know how far back, but I only got 2 that I can remember.
Williams catches the ball from Manziel. Well, I'm going way back.
First round. Drafted in the first round.
Okay. Eddie LeBaron, no. No? You don't know?
I didn't.
You don't have an answer to this?
Okay, since.
Okay.
85.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
There we go. Let's play football.
3rd down, 7. Tie game. 6:40 to go. Here's Manziel taking off. Stumbles.
Oh, he powered forward.
I think he might have gotten enough to get the first down.
Get stopped.
Yes. Jermaine Whitehead, number 9, finally made the tackle. Yards have been hard to come by on the ground for Manziel today.
Yeah, I think he took it for an extra 5 yards and got a push, too. That helped him with the push from behind. I think it was Mike Matthews.
First down, 10. 6:14 to go. 3rd quarter. Oh, why not? I'll run it.
And that's really where Johnny has been improving this year. He has not been getting as many negative plays when he runs the ball. I mean, he was magnificent last year running the ball. I mean, you know, he makes yards. I mean, he had 76 rushes a year ago when he won the Heisman that gained 20 or more yards. Think about that.
Wow. 8 carries for 17, so very modest numbers today.
Easy.
Flat. Yep. Malcolm Kennedy. Yep. There's a missed tackle by Auburn. And Kennedy picks up a first down. Well, assess Johnny Manziel's day today.
Well, got a little greedy. I mean, he loves the stuff he does. You know, the one sidearm pass produces a touchdown, but then he tried to do a few too many things. There's that beautiful sidearm throw, but then he tries to be Heisman Johnny. And, you know, you got to live with a little bit of that. He plays Farvish in the way he plays.
That's Trey Williams on the sweep to the right.
All right, I guess I'm going to be wrong here, but the only 2 I could ever remember are Michael Vick and Rex Grossman.
My goodness. I thought Rex Grossman was 60. No? No?
No.
Okay. And a player is down. That's Gabe Wright.
And slim pickings for the undefeated quarterback. 17-10, they trail late against Stanford. Marcus Mariota, no turnovers on the year. Taj Boyd taking on Jameis Winston tonight. Of course, whoever does it has to take it away from Johnny Football as we go back to Vernon Gary.
Thank you, Adam. And Johnny Football telling us yesterday that he formed a friendship with Gabe Wright, by the way, appears okay, with Marcus Mariota. Manziel committed at one point to Oregon. Here he is.
Called quarterback draw again.
Yes. Oh, he almost broke loose. Big run, Manziel.
Yeah, they're not calling as many plays. Remember, we did the Alabama game a year ago in Tuscaloosa. They started the game with 2 quarterback draws just like that. So you can see that this game, 24-24, the pressure on, they've gone back to the well and called the running game to Manziel.
Trey Carson, number 21. Manziel wanted to go to Texas. He said he grew up a Vince Young fan. He used to wear a Vince Young jersey with a rose on it, but Texas did not offer, so he committed to Oregon, during which time he met Mariota, and then Johnny said he wanted to stay in the state of Texas. And Mike Sherman offered at College Station. Manziel, he's got him! Who else?
Jeez.
Mike Evans.
Not only that, they're going to call pass interference, and it didn't make any difference. Evans on Jonathan Mincy. Mincy's holding him. He's saying he got to cross that line, too. Actually, he has to touch the line. Remember, he doesn't have to cross it.
Pass interference. Number 6. Defense. That penalty declined. We call the play. Touchdown.
And that pass put Manziel over 300 yards passing and Evans over 200 yards receiving.
Mike Evans has 6 for 215. He has the A&M school record of 279. That was set against Alabama, and that included a 95-yard reception from Johnny Manziel, the record. Manziel and Evans, what a combination for the Texas A&M Aggies. They break the tie. They are up 31-24.
Big Spavital sitting right there says, yeah, I think, you know, I've been doing this a long time. Throw that ball to number 13.
Good idea. Good coaching.
Yes.
Taylor Bertolette kicks it deep, and this is going to be returned by Quan Gray. Oh, my goodness. Hurdles, and Taylor Bertolette was the last man. The guy who kicked it deep makes the tackle. Let's go back and revisit that touchdown.
Well, Vern, I think the result, remember the 2 quarterback draws. Now that pass rush says, all right, is he going to run or not? Look at this pocket. Watch how Johnny can be a boxer in the pocket. Just stand there, survey. They're saying, whoa, is he going to run? Is he going to pass? That's the best pocket he's had all game. And he rips it and makes the touchdown pass. That's the effects of that running quarterback and the called quarterback draw. Took the steam out of the Auburn pass rush.
Yeah, look at the totals against Alabama and Auburn. That was Jeremy Johnson, who's been in on 2 previous plays. At this time, it appears he will stay on the field. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
You know, Gus Malzahn burned Jeremy's red shirt last week. And he said, you know, since I'm using him, I promise I will use him the rest of the year. I have a plan. But so far, each time the plan, when the play hasn't been successful, he's come out of the game.
See the umpire come up. Now it's marked ready for play. Marshall back on the field. Incomplete. A little high. And Devontae Harris makes the stop. Mr. Football, Jeremy Johnson, in Alabama last week.
Yeah, Western Carolina just not quite.
No.
Tony Hurd by that time, by the way, number 4, ran underneath that slant pass and caused a high throw.
3rd and 10. Marshall coming right and being chased. Does get rid of it. It's incomplete. Oh, almost deflected. Yeah. Stephen Jenkins had the pressure.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly who he was throwing to here. Was it Uzomah?
Yeah, he's tight end.
Very far behind. You could see just a swat that time. Get out of here. Floyd Raven, was that who it was?
Yes. So Stephen Clark is on to punt on 4th down and 10. Devontae Harris is the deep man. Fair catch at the 22-yard line. Now let's go back to the studio for a Liberty Mutual Insurance update. Here's Adam Zucker.
All right, Vern, Johnny Manziel, not the only one who's tough to bring down. Carlos Hyde with the Buckeyes tied at 24. Iowa thinks they've got him. No! And even if he has to go backwards, he gets in the end zone. Buckeyes on top 31-24, trying to win their 19th straight. Back to you, Vernon Gary.
All right, Adam, thank you. We've got a 31-24 score here. And Manziel has his team back on offense.
Another quarterback draw.
Yes.
This time stopped.
That was Nosa Igwe, number 94. Loss on that play of 3, so second down and 13.
Nosa Igwe was stopped. Second down and 13.
Mike Evans. Top of the screen. Second and 13, Manziel. Little screen pass. Trey Carson. Whoa, he's got a lot of room. Now he's got even more.
What a beautifully designed play. You saw Gus Malzahn with his screen technique. This time coming back, Clarence McKinney and Jake Spavital design a little action this way, screen back the other way, put motion back one way, and big Mike Evans blocking down the field. You've got things happening all over the field here.
Molina, the senior running back, for a couple of yards. Let's go back to that previous play.
Yeah, once he got the ball and he knew he had players in front of him, Carson, you got to make somebody miss. You don't get scholarships in the SEC if you can't make guys miss, and Carson did.
Second down, 9. Another quarterback draw.
Well, this is something you have not seen a lot of this year with Manziel. And Auburn has hung in this football game, the pass rush, and you can see the adjustment that A&M has made. They've gone back to Manziel as their most dangerous runner, and he's produced.
Well, he had 6 carries for 5 yards at the break. He's got 11 for 58 now. And this pass was a little too high, coming left to Darrell Walker. Now let's take a look at A&M's Verizon Red Zone stats for the year. 45 trips, 32 touchdowns, and they are above the national average.
And Vern, you know, he's closing in on Cam Newton's rushing record for the SEC. He needed 67 in this game to break Cam's record. He's at 58 right now. Ironic he's going to do it against Auburn if he does it, huh?
Yeah,
today?
how ironic. This is Darrell Walker to the 11-yard line. Chris Davis makes the tackle.
Again, after the quarterback draw, no pass rush. Standing back there, bouncing, tapping the ball, and then coming to about his 4th receiver. The pass rush has been neutralized by the running quarterback or the quarterback draw in this case. 3rd
down and 1 at the 11. Trey Carson is the running back. He gets the handoff, bangs over left guard. Not so sure. Line judge out to mark the ball just short of the 10.
Yeah, he's got a signaling 4th down.
Yep. Now, what is Kevin Sumlin going to dial up here? He's going to bring in Josh Lambo.
The crowd went, what?
I know it. I know.
But, you know, it takes him from being a 1-touchdown game to 2-possession game.
28 yards for Lambo. One time.
Fake.
Oh, they fake it.
Yep.
Inside, they got the first down. Cameron Clear, the tight end. Drew Kaiser to Cameron Clear.
So Kevin Sumlin said, we're not the only team that can run trick plays and gadget plays. They were expecting a lot from Gus Malzahn, and they had one scheduled for themselves.
Now the crowd is quite content.
Yes. We love you again, Kevin.
First and goal, Aggies. That's Trey Williams. He's got a burst.
He does. You know, he really, you know, he doesn't remind me of Barry Sanders. He reminds me of a guy I did cover a while back, Quentin Griffin, the old tailback from OU. Scored like 5 or 6 touchdowns against Texas. He was on that 2000 national championship team. Runs just like Quentin Griffin.
That is the end of the quarter with a score 31-20. They do love their history and tradition here. Impressions so far?
About what we thought, right? We said if you're going to win this football game, Auburn, you're going to have to score a lot of points. Auburn has won 81 consecutive games when they scored more than 30 points. That could be in jeopardy in this game. I think they're going to, you know, obviously they're close to having to get to at least 39 and, you know, probably in the 40s. We thought about that when you started this game for Auburn, you had to figure you had to get to the 40s to win. Maybe not, but logically pretty close.
That flag thrown before the snap. It was second down and goal at the 5. Let's see what the infraction might be.
False start. 56. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's Mike Matthews, the center.
I wonder if he was adjusting the ball there. A lot of times they turn around on an audible. He's calling out all of the pass protections. A lot of times they turn and move the ball and look around. And you can see Mike Matthews said, I've been doing that all game. Again, bottom of the screen. If you're going to go a matchup, see how Matthews turns around and makes the calls. There's number 13.
Manziel looking left. Now comes up the middle. Look at that.
Oh, his shoulder. Did he get? Looked like he grabbed his shoulder after that one. It looked like he grabbed his right shoulder. Yes, he did. You know, this is one of the things. You start having some of those runs where you start getting those extra 5 yards, and that time he got driven into the ground, and he's hurt. I think it's his right shoulder he got landed on. Owens drove him right into the ground.
Let's look one more time, Gary.
Well, last week, remember, there was a gasp when he hurt his knee.
Right.
This time, it's his throwing shoulder. He tries to take on the last defender, gets driven into the ground. That's when you pop those clavicles or separate your right throwing shoulder.
Matt Jokel is on in relief. Play action. Jokel. Diving try incomplete. That was for Nehemiah Hicks, the backup tight end. 4th and goal.
Huge stop, a huge penalty on first down. Really changed it. That's what forced the run and the pass, and then the scramble by Johnny Manziel. And of course, backup quarterback comes in and tries to put it. That's a big stop in this football game.
So Lambeau is on to attempt the field goal. This from 20 yards. Effectively an extra point, except it's going to count for 3. And the lead is now 10 for the Aggies. Early moments. And Manziel on the bench.
Yep. Got one guy giving a thumbs up there to the right, but that means take the towels down or what? See?
Yeah.
Fakes it, then he takes on the last defender. His arm was dead the minute he got up there, and then he just said, I'm going to fall down and wait for help.
Now we're going to try and summarize a bit of this. Let's take a look at Nick Marshall's first half of play. 5 of 12, 2 total touchdowns for Marshall, the Auburn quarterback. Johnny Manziel in the first half, 14 of 20 throwing. He had 2 picked off, but he had Mike Evans loose for a couple, 3 touchdowns. All of that in the first half. And then Evans with a 42-yard reception. He had a 64-yarder earlier. Mike Evans, the 6'5 receiver. Sammy Coates is on the receiving end of this pass from Nick Marshall from 43 yards out. That tied it up at 24-24. And Evans from Manziel. Look at the time he had. At the goal line, touchdown, 31-24, Texas A&M. And a moment ago, Lambeau comes on with his 3rd field goal of the game, and Manziel trying to work that shoulder. And moments ago, this was the play in which Johnny Manziel injured his right shoulder.
We still haven't seen him. He's moving it on the sideline, but we have not seen him toss a ball on the sideline. Remember, he said he was really thought the knee was bad when it first happened. Obviously, you think the shoulder's bad when it goes dead. Like as soon as he got up with a dead arm, I knew it was. Whether he will throw again is the question.
Here's the kickoff, and it sails through the end zone.
Is this still a football game? 10-point game. Auburn, for the first time in this game, down by more than 7 points, but I don't think they change anything. The only thing they might change is maybe they just stick with number 14 the rest of this game. I think that's put their offense in a couple of binds trying to get snaps for the backup quarterback.
You see Manziel wincing as the pressure is applied to his shoulder, showing obvious distress. And here is Nick Marshall, number 14. First down and 10, a 10-point game with 14-17 to go. Up the middle. And let's check in with Tracy Wolfson.
Well, guys, at first it looked to be the shoulder, but they were looking at his elbow, his arm, as you guys saw, did a lot of movement tests. He was wincing. He had a lengthy conversation with team doctor J.P. Bramhall. Then he took some pills, and now he's just trying to work it out. And you can see they don't give any injury information. They hold those towels up so we can't see anything. But if I get anything further, I will certainly pass it along.
All right, Tracy, thank you. This is Mason again.
Let's hope it's the funny bone, right?
Yeah.
He just went dead.
Exactly.
For Johnny's sake.
Well, here we're about to get an answer of some sort. Mike Evans, appropriately, is going to be on the receiving end of this toss. Oh, no, nope. I can't. Fake. Marshall keeps. Cut down from behind.
This is going to be a gut check now for this A&M football team as Johnny Manziel has exited the locker room. Tries it. Oh, nope, that ain't happening. So now it's the backup quarterback. 10-point game. And you know Auburn believes they can move the ball.
Marshall in the spread. Left side man wide open. Caught his Sammy Coates, who dropped one at the end of the first half, makes this over-the-shoulder grab.
Yeah, beat it their best defensive back, too, DeShazer Everett, that time. Had to have been a hitch and go. Everett does not get beat like that. Had to be a double move. Did not have my eyes on it, but Everett gambling that much for a veteran player, kind of surprising.
32-yard gain, a first down Auburn. They trail by 10. Marshall comes left. Tripped up, flag is thrown, he's out of bounds.
Going to be holding on the wide receiver this time, I believe. Marcus Davis, number 80, held on the play. The temptation's so great to get that great block and spring your guy too long.
Holding. 80, offense, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, let's go back a play and see how Coach got open on the play. Here's the hold. Had a big grab on Matthews right there, no doubt. Now let's see what happened on this play. Yep, stutter and go, no doubt. Didn't see it, but it had to be. Nice catch there. He knew he was near the sideline. Very difficult catch to stay in and make that grab.
First down and 19. Cameron Artis Payne, number 44, is the running back. Marshall gives it to him. Nice move to the right. Back to the left. Gang tackled as he gets down near the 15-yard line. 17-yard gain.
Remember when I said Corey Grant gained 97% of his yards outside the hash? Well, Artis Payne has gained 80% between the hashes.
On the right, it's Marshall. Touchdown, Auburn.
What a drive. A little bit of everything. A&M didn't know if they were going to throw, run the quarterback.
Quick count that time.
Yeah, quick count. Got us basically talking about something. And they were just, defense was not ready. And he took it in.
Parkey, who has not missed now in 76 consecutive extra points. Brings Auburn within 3.
It's a great use of the quick count right here. Watch the A&M players not ready to play. Try to get a substitution in the game. Did A&M. One guy going off. Nobody ready. Cost them a touchdown.
3-point game. And Johnny Manziel is in the locker room.
So I can reach Ally Bank 24/7, but there are no branches.
Or the pocket passer, you're not going to get scrambles from him, but the way they throw the ball, I don't see why he can't do it. Let's remember today, okay, Vanderbilt lost their backup, their quarterback, their starter in the game. The backup came in and won that football game today. And Missouri had a backup quarterback against Florida. They won that football game. That's why you got to be ready, and you got to believe the way Auburn took the ball down the field. A&M's going to need more points to win this football game. And
the 13th quarterback for the Aggies just put this thought in your brain. Kenny Hill. We might see him. There's a deep kickoff by Auburn. And let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, guys, the news is they actually didn't take Johnny Manziel to the locker room. They took him basically to an offset of the bench underneath the stands. It's a separate training table so that they could work on him there. I just saw a trainer run out, grab a ball, and bring it back underneath the stands for him to try and throw, guys.
Good job, Trace. Thank you. First and 10. Matt Jokel's older brother, now in the NFL, #1 draft pick, Luke, offensive tackle. Trey Williams is the running back alongside Jokel. A 3-point game and a whistle before the snap.
False start, 84 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's Malcolm Kennedy, number 84.
When I watched practice Thursday, Johnny Manziel took every snap with the first group.
Gary, you feel how quiet it is now?
Everybody's nervous.
So subdued in this sellout crowd. Across the middle, and that catch is made by Travis Labhart, number 15. Well, 34-31, Aggies. Manziel underneath the stadium, getting worked on for an injured shoulder. Here's, oh my goodness.
Wow. His balance cost him more yards. Now they're going to give him forward progress, but I actually thought he tried to collect himself and should have moved back another 2 or 3 yards. Well, this is very interesting. They gave him forward progress, about 3 yards forward on that.
And so it's a 3rd and 6. Under 11 now remaining.
Well, that's a funny call. I wonder if that's even going to be reviewed or challenged.
Jokel incomplete. 4th down.
Yeah, he tipped that one off all the way, and Ryan Smith read his eyes.
And here's Johnny Manziel back on the bench and throwing the ball. I think he said, yeah.
I think he's going to try to play.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay. If you did just join us, he was injured. Went to the bench with a bad shoulder. Chris Davis out to the 31.
I saw him pick up his helmet.
Okay. Wow. And again, he was injured on a quarterback run. Manziel tackled by Ladarius Owens. And just the Aggie bench, Johnny Manziel, Mike Evans. He'll wait now and see what Auburn does offensively, and then we'll wait to see if he comes back on the field. 1st and 10, a 3-point game. Auburn averaging 287 per game this season, is already at 264. Marshall keeps it, yes. Darian Claiborne, freshman linebacker, makes the stop, number 48.
This young Texas A&M defense have their hands full here with this Gus Malzahn designed offense.
2nd and 7. Nice tackle, but an equally nice game for Trey Mason. 3rd and short.
They'll go quick count here. Oh, and a player went down on the field to slow it down. I think it was Darian Claiborne, number 48. And Auburn was very upset on the play.
Absolutely.
He was hurt all the way, and as he tried to run off the field, the bench said, just fall down, just fall down. The bench was signaling him, don't try to run off, because that gets a stop of the clock.
Darian Claiborne is the injured Aggie. Time has been called, and we'll be back.
One at the Big House. Devin Gardner with his 3rd touchdown run of the day. He has 5 total and 465 passing yards, 56-47 the score with 6 minutes left over Indiana as we go back to Vernon Garrett.
All right, Adam, thank you. They continue to work on Darian Claiborne, the injured middle linebacker. Here was the tackle on Mason.
Twisted his back. You know, back a ways, there was pride of not being down in the field. You worked your way up, but modern football is just fall down. We'll deal with it on the field. Slow down the team.
You sound like an old curmudgeon.
Well, either way.
3rd and 1. Up the middle, Mason looks for a block. He gives a stiff arm instead. Trey Mason, a little wiggle down the sideline. Out of bounds. Wonderful, wonderful run.
How open was that play as Auburn will hurry up to the line of scrimmage, but boy, just read the zone, keep giving it to him, give Mason, and he's into the backfield.
53-yard gain, 1st down and goal. Marshall tries to lean for the end zone. He comes up about 1.5 yards short. 9:17 to go.
Auburn running the ball for over 300 yards.
Cameron Artis Payne weaves to the left, touchdown. Tigers take the lead.
Remember how this team was embarrassed a year ago by Texas A&M. They had no hope. No fans at the game almost. And now in one season, they're back competing.
Cody Parker for the extra point. Brian White is the holder. And the extra point is good. 38-34 Auburn.
Well, we said it's going to take 40 to win. We'll see. At least it's going to take 39 for Texas A&M. Trey Mason on this 3rd and short stayed in bounds. And the great read by Nick Marshall to give it to Mason on that 3rd and short, and all of a sudden into the end zone goes Artis Payne.
Manziel has his helmet on.
No doubt.
They're going to need it. Big time.
And they're going to need all of them. They're going to need him scrambling. They're going to need everything he's got.
38-34. Tigers lead. It was 24-24 at the half. Jake Spavital, quarterback coach, co-offensive coordinator alongside Manziel. Remember, they lost last year's offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury. He's the head coach at Texas Tech now. And Manziel was very, very close to Kingsbury, but he told us yesterday he's really happy that Spavital came aboard. They'll take a knee. 9:06 remaining. Aggies down by 4. And Johnny Manziel about ready to take the field. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Remember, he's a quick, instinctive thrower. It's one thing to do it on the sideline. Can he take it to the field?
Well, he'll try it on first down. And if you've got that big guy out there, why not?
Back shoulder throw.
Yes.
The mismatch on the field, you don't have to read anything. You just go right at Jonathan Mincy. Your guy's taller. Oh, look at that sidearm throw. I'd have to say he's okay.
I think Evans with another catch. Manziel, is he favoring that shoulder? I'm sure he must be.
Remember, this is a great 4th quarter Auburn defense. They've only allowed 16 points all year. We talked about them substituting early to make a play late. Can they do it?
2nd and 7. Up in the air. Travis Labhart.
That's a great catch. It'll be 3rd and short, but a good throw again from Manziel. Labhart goes up and gets the rebound. No, catch, I mean. I did that on purpose.
No, he played this.
I did that on purpose.
You're setting me up as opposed to vice versa, right? 3rd and 1. Appears to have gotten enough. It's Trey Williams, number 3. 8-12 to go. First down 10.
Plan for Auburn, get it to the 4th quarter, stay fresh. Can they make a play with that fresh defensive line in the 4th quarter? It will be all Manziel.
Williams, nice move.
Boy, is he quick.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, is he shifty. I'm going to get a face mask on top of it, too. He jets and darts and cuts and accelerates all almost simultaneously. Boy, that's a beautiful run.
4 moves and 1 move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, I did not see a face mask there. I didn't see anything. They didn't either. Oh, well. They got it right because I didn't see anything. Whitehead almost from the backside. There was almost one by Chris Frost, but nothing on the face mask.
First down 10, 7:42 to go. Quick flip. Kennedy, oh boy.
Well, there you go again.
Robinson Parisi, number 27.
See, that's where the defenders are confused. Coaches will be sending this in and go, why this one? Why not the other one? And the crowd is saying, why isn't that targeting a defenseless player?
Exactly. That was a reaction.
Not easy to play defensive back anymore.
Mike Evans, near side. He's caught 8 for 244. Manziel will run. Slides down.
I think it was Chris Frost that was coming at him again, full speed that time. Frost was going, you want to run? We're going.
Third down. Now the Aggies have not been that effective in this game on third down. They're 3 of 10. They've got a 3rd and 4. For the season, they've been terrific.
Yeah, they got 2 downs to get this one. No, they won't go field goal, I don't think.
Manziel goes left, has a man open. That's Darrell Walker.
Well, when you talk to the coaches, you go, which guys come the farthest this year? And they say Darrell Walker. He's become consistent go-to guy when we need those first downs. Had a big pitch and catch last week against Ole Miss.
On 3rd down and 9, Manziel hit him. Here's a quick open ball from Kennedy. He's down at the 1. 6:10 remaining.
The way Manziel moves his body around when he throws quickly is really something to watch.
2nd down and goal. And Auburn's got a player down. That's Ryan White, number 19.
I mean, the action this time from Manziel, he's been magnificent on this drive. He's had 6 passes on this drive. Of the 9 plays, 6 have been in the air. He just lets it go. He almost turns his body and throws at the same instant. Watch him just pivot and throw instantly. No full motion at all. He just drops that left foot back, doesn't stride to it, just quickly pumps it over there.
And almost quietly, he's got 411 yards throwing the ball. So you take 411, 67 yards. He's closing in on his 4th career 500-yard game. He's got 3 of them, the top 3 in the history of the SEC. 2nd down and 1. Ryan White hip to his feet.
Really interesting. I mean, a lot of these spreads start to look alike, but these two are completely different.
Right. Six of 6 for 59 yards.
Yeah. Started out with the back shoulder throw to Mike Evans. That's where he got comfortable. From there, he's just, I don't know if he's doing it all on adrenaline or he's fine, to tell you the truth, but either way, he's good.
And the running back is Trey Carson, number 21. Mike Matthews over the ball.
Tight ends and 3 tight ends in the game.
They give it off left side, nothing. Lost yards.
They needed 4.
Angelo Blackson, number 98, made the tackle. He was the first one there. And so, 3rd and 3, they can get a first down without the touchdown.
Will Ellis Johnson bring pressure? Appears he will.
Carson out of the backfield, goes left. Manziel drills it, caught. And that's going to be, I think, down short of the goal line.
But it should be a first down.
Should be a first down, yep. Exactly.
What a catch by Evans on this one. That's a great catch.
Yep. 1st and goal, A&M. Trailing by 4 with 5:10 to go. Manziel will stroll in for the touchdown.
Great job by the official to warn Manziel.
Yes.
Don't do it, I'll throw a flag on you.
He got right in his face.
Yep. He wanted to talk back. Remember when the shot, when he slid, they were jawing with Manziel. Manziel wanted to fight back. The official kept him from doing it.
And there's an injured player, and Aggie is down. Another look at the touchdown while they tend to him.
This might have been a keep on his own. Maybe nobody even knew about it. I don't know if it's a called play or not. He might have had the option to do it, but what a drive.
I thought that was a great piece of officiating. He was right into his face and said, don't do it.
And that's 10 straight games that Kevin Sumlin has scored 40 points or more. How about that offense that Kevin Sumlin has brought to the SEC?
Jarvis Harrison is the injured player, number 51, the left guard. Let's take another look at the TD. So here comes Manziel, turns around quickly. He's going to talk to Fisher.
Yep, nice job by the official.
Yeah. Terry Walters.
Well, how about Kevin Sumlin's job bringing this offense for A&M into this conference? You know, he did it at Houston. He's always been connected with offensive teams at OU, Purdue, Washington State, and he's brought it right here to College Station.
Josh Lambo for the extra point. .41-38, 5:05 to go. One more look at Manziel's scamper for the end zone. Time called. Win it 41-38. Now they've got to hope that this defense can withstand the surge of the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, they did a couple stops against Ole Miss when Ole Miss pulled within 5. Ole Miss had the ball with the chance to take the game, and they got to stop. Can the A&M defense do it in this game? I think both sides are going, this is a football game. I think Auburn believes they still can win this game. 5 to go. They've scored every time.
Another look at the Manziel-led last drive.
Well, that back shoulder throw was so comforting to him. Then a quick screen to the outside. Pop pass to Kennedy. Wide open to the outside. And then a nice catch by Mike Evans to set up the touchdown. So they only need 3 to tie the football game.
And they've got a first down, 10 at the 25. Marshall throwing the ball, 10 of 20 for 209. Trey Mason has gouged the Aggie defense, 21 carries, 142 yards. This is Mason again, and he picks up close to 5. Gavin Stansbury, number 72, with the tackle. We're under 5 minutes to go. Marshall. Stansbury makes first contact, and then Howard Matthews completes the job.
Yeah, it was a great read by Stansbury that time.
And a little showing back and forth. 3rd and 3.
Well, we always talk about Manziel's competitiveness, but Nick Marshall, pretty competitive guy himself.
Quan Bray comes bottom of the screen, out of view. Number 4, 3rd and 3 now. Marshall keeps it up the middle. Hit in the back, but he's got the first down. The clock will stop with 4:04 to go, and then restart after the chains are set.
That's tough yards up in there. You're asking your quarterback to do that, and Marshall has been a willing participant.
Marshall's got 100 yards rushing the ball on 20 carries. Four wides, 2 right, 2 left. And Malzahn rushed down to call time. I don't think he got time called in time. So it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, the Auburn offense was confused. They signaled their plays in. Half the players weren't on the same page that time. Pretty close now, where Auburn has to figure this is their last drive. Can they afford to punt the ball? Don't think so.
2nd and 10. On the ground again, Mason. Look at his leg drive.
Yes. The offensive line as well continued to push.
3rd down. 3:20 to go. 3rd and 4.
Oh, complete sellout by A&M. Everybody in the box, man-to-man on the outside. No safety.
Mason.
Wow. Running that ball into a 9-man defense. There's no safety on the field. It's like almost goal line defense on 3rd down.
And he picks up a 1st down and 10. 2:53 to go. And that is his 25th carry. 166 yards, and now Mason will get a rest.
Just look at this. There's nobody back here.
But Cameron Artis-Payne, 2.5 to go.
And we've got a last drive of the game. And remember, Auburn has won a game on the last drive. Mississippi State, 88-yard drive, 1:56 on the clock.
Artis-Payne is stopped. The clock will continue to run. Both teams have their full complement of 3 timeouts.
The only difference this time, remember, they only need a field goal to tie.
He'll throw it this time. Overthrows the intended receiver, Sammy Coates.
He knew it was coming. I thought it would be the wheel route. I've been begging for it the whole second half.
3rd and 9.
Still two more downs. They're too far for a field goal.
A&M rushes only 3.
Wheel route.
Oh my goodness.
There it is. I knew it was coming.
Marcus Davis.
He had him matched up on a linebacker.
27-yard gain.
There it is right there. Had him matched up on the linebacker. You knew that wheel route was coming.
Mason rested for a couple of plays, and he's down to the 6.
Now does Kevin Sumlin start using his timeouts? He's got to give Manziel time. Remember, because the clock stops after 1st downs, Auburn needs to slow down. A&M wants to stop the clock now.
Mason again.
That's going to be a 1st down. Boy, that could be a touchdown. I don't know if his knees came down.
Exactly.
They're not going to call it. What's the hurry?
1st and goal.
They're going to get a challenge. There's going to get a replay challenge on this. Review.
It's a 1st down.
Review is going. I don't know if he was climbing over his own guy. Just Mukes that time. Did he even touch the ground? Does his knee go down? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They're going to call that a touchdown. And to be honest, I don't know if that's a good play for Auburn or not, because the ball's going to go back.
Al Ford again is the replay official.
They could call that a touchdown.
I think so too. No indicate. Now look at this angle. There's no knee on the ground.
Nope, just his left hand, and he reaches across. And that means that Auburn's going to score on this drive, but give the ball back with 1:20 to go. Win 19.
The ball carrier broke the plane of the goal line by rule. Touchdown.
What a drive. A 13-play drive. running into the teeth of a 9-man front, and then they dialed up the wheel route to get it down there in scoring position. What a game by Trey Mason. What a game by that offensive line for Auburn.
Mason, what a heavy load he's carried today. 27 carries, 177 yards. And the go-ahead touchdown. Cody Parker is on.
Well, we said they'd have to get to the 40s. They're in the 40s.
A 4-point game. And we invite you to stay tuned for the Jeep postgame show on CBS Sports.
Vern, all week when I was doing all the interviews, one of the main questions was, can Auburn stop Manziel? And I said no. And that's true to be true. But the second part of that question could have been, can A&M stop Auburn? And that looks like a no, too.
Yeah, it's been their weakness all year long. A very young team.
They see the matchup right here. A linebacker on wide receiver. The wheel route. I thought I'd see it all second half. Gus Malzahn saves it for this play. A great throw and catch called at the right time. And then Trey Mason extends for the touchdown.
All right, Johnny Manziel, sore right shoulder, but he didn't show any difficulty on the last drive when he led them downfield. 1:19 to go. All 3 timeouts available for each team.
Remember, Manziel likes to start the drives going to Evans. It gets him off in comfortable beginning of the drive to throw him that short pass.
This is returnable. It's Trey Williams, number 3. Gets a good block. Gets another. 33-yard line, probably. No, they'll spot it up near the 35. 1:12 to go.
Trey Williams, he can move 3 ways at the same time, can he?
Oof. First down 10, 1:12. Aggies trailing 45-41. Manziel, 413 yards, 4 touchdowns. Evans wide to the bottom of the screen. Chris Davis has him now. Manziel goes across the middle.
Started out with Evans.
Evans again to the 50 and out of bounds to stop the clock.
You knew he was going to do it. They like to start their drives throwing the ball to Evans.
That's a gain of 19. And Evans has now caught 10 for 266. 4 touchdowns. Auburn with 4 rushing. Manziel up. Hangs on to the football. Under a minute to go. Elijah Daniel with the tackle. Timeout. Texas A&M.
Well, you can see Auburn might not win this game, but the substitution strategy employed by Ellis Johnson, their defensive coordinator, has paid off in the 4th quarter. At least they've got some kind of pass rush.
Well, we're going to make our first visit to T-Town next week. Tennessee off the big victory today at Alabama. The Crimson Tide plays tonight at home against Arkansas. Our game will be down there next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern. It all begins with the Auto Trader College Football Show. College football today. Next Saturday, Tennessee at Alabama. Well, he's crossed 500 total yards again. Evans, right side. Davis defending. Manziel in trouble. That's not a bad thing. It's Evans again to the 18-yard line.
Every time he gets in trouble, he looks for number 13. And Mike Evans' roommates the night before the game, he knows how to come back and help his quarterback when he scrambles.
A new career record reception yardage for Mike Evans. 11 for 287. timeout, Auburn.
Evans right away recognizes the scramble and comes back to help his quarterback. A little pressure in the pocket, out of the pocket. Evans says, I'll help you. I'll come back. There it is. Actually had help with the safety over the top that time and still went to Evans. Well, with Mike Evans, it's either us or the state of Alabama he likes playing against. 200-plus yards against Alabama, and then Auburn, the same type of game.
Auburn was 617. The Aggies was 627 today. First down and 10 with 43 seconds to go from the 18.
Looks like we're going to get a blitz.
Good blitz pickup off the back foot. Into the end zone. Tip. Evans can't get it.
Man, that was a
wow.
Dangerous play and could have been intercepted by Jermaine Whitehead. I thought Whitehead was going to get this one. I think he a little bit misjudged it, and Evans almost came up with it. That was a ball game throw right there if Whitehead makes that interception. He had a chance.
Second and 10, 36 seconds to go. Four-man Auburn rush. Manziel scrambling again. Caught. They'll have to call time.
It paid off. It finally paid off. Gabe Wright making the play.
And then D. Ford completing it.
They've used at least 9 defensive linemen all game, and they're still fresh enough in the fourth quarter to rush the passer. I think it's Gabe over here, isn't it?
That's D. Ford.
Oh, no, it's in the middle. Yeah, Gabe, he gets flashed by D. Ford, and then he comes back and makes the play. It is D. Ford, number 30.
And the time is called.
Yep.
Malzahn.
I've got 9 defensive linemen on my board, and they've all played.
45-41. And moments ago on the bench.
Yep.
Ouch.
And he should throw a couple before he gets out there. Because remember the time before he thought he was okay, and then he tried to throw it. He couldn't do it.
3rd and 18. Four-man rush. Manziel takes off. They get him inbounds. Clock keeps running.
Still have a timeout left.
19-18, and the time has been called with 18 seconds to go.
Boy, did Chris Frost run him down from behind or what? Was it number 17, wasn't it? I think it was. Had my eyes downfield, but once he started to scramble, Chris Frost right here runs him down. Manziel is about a 4'5" guy. Frost, does he get a horse collar? I didn't see it. I did not see a horse collar. He
got the back of his jersey.
Yeah, I don't think he got his hands inside the shoulder pads. Very close.
At 4th and 13. With 18 to go. 18 seconds. And that's the crowd reacting to the replay on the huge scoreboard. Manziel almost in agony.
See if we can get one more look to satisfy everyone's curiosity, whether it was a horse collar that was missed or whether it was a good call. Evans reaches out. Yes, he had him, didn't he? Yes, that could have been called. It could have been called a horse collar.
18 seconds remaining. 4th and 13.
You got to go to Evans. He's 6'5". Throw it to him.
Bottom of the screen. They're playing way off of it. Chris Davis. They rush 5. Manziel. That'll do it.
Wow. What a game for that front four for Auburn. What a win for Gus Manziel.
D. Ford.
Malzahn, excuse me, Gus Malzahn. Wow. Johnny Manziel gave it everything, but Gus Malzahn comes away with a win on the road.
There is a flag. Now, could this possibly be excessive celebration? The flag was thrown very late. You saw Malzahn.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, 30, Auburn, 15-yard penalty. First down.
No factor, though.
No, it's after. It's a dead ball foul.
Yep, after the play.
So Auburn retains possession.
Enough pressure up front again. D. Ford brings the pressure again and gets the sack. What a football game for that man winning on the road. They had a game plan. Stay fresh into the fourth quarter and see if our four-man rush could get a late sack, and it worked.
The Auburn Tigers were 3-9 a year ago. They are now 6-1, and they go back home after a huge victory over Johnny Manziel and the Texas Aggies.
And Vern, it was almost an upside-down day here for the SEC. Vandy, Tennessee, Missouri, Auburn win. Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, and Texas A&M lose.
Let's go down to Tracy, who's with Coach Malzahn.
Coach, congratulations. Last year, this game was probably one of the low points of school's history. What can you say about the turnaround from this program now?
I'm just proud of our kids. You know, we played one of the better teams in college football on their home field, found a way to win. We warmed out the end. It's a good feeling right now.
And that final stop.
Yeah, it's big time. Our defense came through. It was a big one.
Congratulations. Go enjoy it.
All right, thank you.
Vern?
All right. Couple of Warriors. And it's now time for the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. It's that wheel route. And here's Rod Bramlett of the Auburn Radio Network.
There's the snap. Marshall fires upfield. Pass is caught. It's caught. It's caught at the 15-yard line. Down to the 12-yard line. The freshman Marcus Davis.
And that led to the winning touchdown. Wonderful effort by Trey Mason, who winds up leaning out and putting the ball on the goal line. And then this near catch. Whitehead defending Evans, tipped just beyond his reach. Nevertheless, he wound up with 11 catches for 287. What a game.
Fantastic game.
I mean, it's become normal for us now every
fantastic
weekend, right?
game, especially from where, as Tracy said, from where they were a year ago.
Gus Malzahn and the team will celebrate into the night. They go home against Florida Atlantic next week. For Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from College Station. Our final score, 45-41 Auburn. The Jeep postgame show is up next after these.